This week's lesson, The Wise King. If you're a big kid, you can find your story in the International Children's Bible, 1 King, chapter 2, verse 1 through 3, and 1 Kings, chapter 3, verse 5 through 10 and 13. It's a lot, but it's so good. If you're a little kid, you can find your story in the New Beginner's Bible, page 194, and the title, The Wise King. Let's get started, kids. Hello, kids. You guessed it. Dr. Iris is still excited about continuing this walk with faith. All right, listen. This is Kids Vibe with Dr. Iris, where there is victory in believing every day. Kids Vibe is powered by I Encounter Church. All right, let's get started. It's time to learn more about King David, one of my favorite people in the Bible. All right, so in the last few lessons, we learned that David was such a good king and a great conqueror. Remember Goliath? David is an example of a true superhero. He lived such a rich life, always with his eyes on the Lord. He ruled over Israel for 40 years. When he was old and near death, he had a talk with his son Solomon. He told Solomon to be a strong leader and be obedient to God's commands. He told his son that following the Lord's word was the only way to ensure his success as king. He also said that if he obeyed the Lord, that the Lord would keep the promise he made to him. The Lord had told David, "Your descendants must live as I tell them. They must have complete faith in me. If they do this, then a man from your family will always be king over the people of Israel." Solomon did as his father had asked. He obeyed the Lord. Solomon really wanted to be a great king. So one night as he slept, the Lord came to him in a dream and told Solomon to ask for anything he wanted. And you know what he asked for, kids? He asked for wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to figure out what's right and what isn't. Do you know the best way to figure this out? Listen to God. He speaks to us. He tells us through his word and his actions what is right and what is wrong. Check this out. God is kind to us, right? Yes, he is. So we should be kind to others. God helps us when we need it, right? Look how he helped the Israelites over and over and over again. So we should help others when they need it. If you're at school or outside playing and you see someone who looks sad, next time maybe you should walk over, say a kind word to them. Sometimes we may not always be nice, or we may not always want to help people, but that only means we have more growing to do. Solomon realized he had more growing to do. So he told God he was like a little child who didn't have enough wisdom to do what was needed to be done as king. He wanted to rule the people in the right way, but he knew he needed God to help him do this. Solomon told God he needed to know the difference between right and wrong so he could be a fair and just king. Kids, can I ask you a question? Do you like to share? Do you like to share your toys, a book you are reading? You like to share time with your mom or daddy? Sharing toys or sharing time with our parents, with our brothers and sisters, may seem like a small thing. But did you know sometimes being willing to share things is one of the greatest acts of kindness? Some kids may not have the things you have. So borrowing your things may make them very happy. And it will make you a fair and kind friend. Well, King Solomon wanted to be a fair king. He wanted to rule in a way that made the people respect him. You can ask God to help you be more wise in your decisions about sharing, just like Solomon asked for wisdom, because he knew without it, he would not be a good king. Well, God gave Solomon what he asked for. He gave him wisdom and understanding. In fact, he gave him wisdom greater than anyone had ever had. And you know what else God gave him? He gave Solomon what he did not ask for. He gave him riches and honor. And he told them that during his life, no other king will be as great as he was. Wow. Now that's the faith in this story. Kids, everybody has things they wish they could improve. I'm very shy. It may not seem like it, but I really am. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I prayed to God to take away my shyness, he would. Solomon wanted to be a better king, so he asked God for help. Remember about those conversations with God I'm always telling you about? They work. For real, kids. All you have to do is wherever you are, look up to the sky and say, God, I need your help. And be specific. God, I need your help with this. I need your help with sharing. I need your help with being nicer to my friends or my brothers and sisters. I need your help to be a better sharer. All you have to do is ask, kids, just like King Solomon did. We just have to believe in God. God can give us the ability to love, to be strong, to be wise, to be kind, to be a better sharer, and so much more. We just have to believe that God has the power to do just what he says he will do. Kids, great lesson, right? Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in to the lesson about King Solomon, a wise king. Listen, I am Dr. Iris, and I thank you so much again for tuning in to Kids Vibe, where there is victory in believing every day. Kids Vibe is powered by I Encounter Church. Listen, I have 3 things to tell you. Number 1, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's so many amazing things coming. Number 2, you are awesome. Never forget that. God made you that way. And the 3rd thing, faith is your superpower. Walk it out every day. Walk it out every single day. Have a great week, kids. And remember, have that conversation with God. He's always listening. That's the faith every day.